Hello students, welcome to my video on using member function with arguments in C++. The contents of the lecture are how to declare member function with arguments in a class, how to define member function with arguments inside the class, how to define a member function with arguments outside the class. So like this, first of all we will see how to declare a member function with arguments in class, and then how to write the definition of the member function with arguments inside the class and outside the class. The fourth topic is accessing member function with arguments within main function. So within main function, how to access or how to call a member function which is having arguments, how to pass arguments to the member function using object. So the member function is called using object, and how to pass arguments to such type of function. Now let us see the syntax of member function definition outside the class. So first of all, the member function definition can be written outside the class as well as inside the class. So first of all, whenever you want to define the member function outside the class, you have to follow two steps. First of all, a single line function declaration inside the class. You have to write a single line function declaration, and then the detailed function code is to be defined separately after the class declaration, that is the outside the class. If you want to define the function inside the class, then it is a single step process. Write the function code directly inside the class instead of only function declaration. So like this, two ways are there to define the member function. Let us see one by one. This is the syntax of member function definition outside the class. So whenever you want to define a member function outside the class, then first of all you have to write a single line function declaration within the class under public section, and then after ending the class you have to write its detailed definition like this. First of all, return type, then the name of the class to which this function belongs, scope resolution operator, and function name, followed by within the bracket you have to write the declaration of arguments which you want to pass. Then beginning of function, if you require some local variables, you have to declare this local variable here. Then write the actual function body, whatever the operation which the function will perform, so that function body you have to write the code for it. And at that, a return statement will be there. If you want to return, if this function is returning any value, then return statement will be there, return variable. If the function is not returning, then no need to write a return statement, and end of the function. So this is the syntax of defining member function outside the class. Let us see the example. So before that, so here you have to pass arguments. So because in this video we are studying the how to pass arguments, so whatever the arguments you want to pass, so first of all you have to write the declarations of it. The declaration includes data type followed by the variable name, and if there are multiple such type of arguments, so separated by comma. So like this, there is a list of arguments declaration you have to pass here within the bracket. This is the example. Suppose this is a member function with arguments. The name is getData, and this function belongs to item class, and function is not returning any value, so hence the return type is void. So void is return type item. This is a class name, scope resolution operator, name of the function is getData, and here in the green color you can see three arguments are declared. First argument is NO of integer type, second is which is a character type array which is used for string, and then price is the float type of variable. So like this, three arguments are declared here within the bracket in the first line of member function definition. Now the arguments are to be with data type followed by variable name. Function body will, here these arguments which are passed NO, NM and price, I am going to use to assign it to the data members of the item class. Data members are item NO, and to which the NO value of NO argument is assigned. Then the value of NM is assigned to name using string copy function, and value of price is assigned to cost data member using assignment operation. So like this here, this is the complete function, member function definition, in which the first argument NO is used to initialize the item NO data member. NM, this array, is used to initialize the second data member name, and price, this argument is used to initialize third data member cost. So like this, usually whenever you are writing the definition of function, these arguments are used to initialize the data members of the specific class. Now, function definition inside the class. So in previous slide we have seen how to define a function outside the class with example. Now whenever you want to define this member function inside the class under the public section, then it is very easy. It is just like a C statement, C function, return type followed by function name, and within the bracket argument declaration, and immediately you have to write the function body. And here in the within the function you can have the local variable declaration if required, and the function body. So here you have to write the code to perform specific operation assigned to that particular function, and then return variable. If the function is returning any value, return that value in the form of variable or constant, or if the function is void function, then there will be no return statement. So this is the syntax of the member function definition inside the class having arguments. Example. So same example which I have given for outside the class, that is the get data function. So here the return type is again void. Directly member function name is appearing. There is no class name and scope resolution operator whenever you are defining a member function inside the class. The three arguments are again as it is: int no, char nm, float, price. So these three arguments are used to initialize three data members of the class. So here this is the argument list. So get data function is accepting three arguments, or the three arguments are passed to the get data function. These are formal type of arguments, because here in the definition these arguments do not represent any value, they are formally declared. Now let us use these three arguments to initialize item number, initialize name, initialize price. So like this here, the first argument NO is used to initialize the data member item NO. NM, this is a string which is used to initialize name data item, data member, and the price, third argument, is used to initialize the cost data member of the class. So in this way the arguments can be used to initialize the data members in this particular example. You may use it for any other operation also. It may be decision making operation, it may be any arithmetic expression, etc. So like this you can define the member function within class as well or outside the class as per your choice. So both syntax and examples are given to you. Now let us proceed further for actual program. So let us write a C++ program using class and object, in which we are going to define a class item having data members item number, item name, and cost of item. Write a C++ program to accept and display this data for one item object. Define input member function with arguments. So here we are going to write a C++ program in which name of the class is item, and this class item is having three data members. First data member is item number, second data member is item name, third data member is cost of item, and one object we are going to create because it is asked to process one item object. And while writing the input member function, you have to pass the arguments. So let us write the input member function with arguments, and let us write a complete program using it. So first of all, as usual, you include the iostream.h header file or other the required header files. So here I require only iostream.h. The class declaration is starting now. The name of the class is item, and then beginning of class, that is opening brace. In the private section, three data members are declared. First is item number, item underscore no of integer type. Name, this is a one-dimensional character array having size 15, which is used to store a string, that is the name of item. And third data member is cost, which is float type of value variable. So like this, these are the three data members declared in the private section of the class. Now the public section of the class is having the member functions declaration. The get data and put data, these two member functions are there. So here both member functions are not accepting any argument. Hence the brackets after the member function name, that is after get data, this is empty bracket or empty parenthesis, after put data empty parenthesis, and returning no value. So this is a class where the member functions do not accept any arguments. Okay. Now on the right side I am going to define the class declaration of using another type of member function. So again in the private section same data members are declared, item no, name and cost. Now in the public section I am defining member function. I am writing the declaration of member function with argument. So now you can see here the get data function is declared with three arguments, no, name and price. So generally you have to match the data type of data members with the arguments. So here item no is integer type, so here no is also integer type. Name is of character array, here also name is a character type array. Whenever you are passing one dimensional array to the function, it is passed like data type, then name of array and empty square bracket. So it is not required to specify the size whenever you are passing one dimensional array as an argument. And third is data member is cost, for that the argument is price, the same float type is used. And then second declaration is put data, which is a void function without any argument, and end of the class. So like this here in this slide you can have the comparison. On the left hand side I have the class in which get data function is having no arguments. On the right hand side the get data function is declared with arguments. So in this way these are the three data members, item no, name and cost, and these are the three arguments which are used to initialize the data members of the class. On the left side the get data function without arguments, and the same get data function is declared with arguments on the right side. So in this way now you can easily compare between the two types of member functions. One is without arguments and second one is with arguments. Now let us go for defining member function with arguments inside the class. Okay, so now how to define the member function inside the class. So here I require two header files, iostream.h and another is string.h, because I am going to use string copy function, and which is the part of string.h header file. Then definition, declaration of the class, again private section, three data members, item number, name and cost. In the public section member functions I am going to write inside the class. Okay, so member function within class. So here this is the member function without argument. So I am going to explain you both types of member functions, that is get data functions. One is without arguments and the same get data function with arguments, so that it will be more clear to you how to write the functions within the class without arguments and the function within the class with arguments. So this is the function get data without arguments, which is defined within the function, within the class. So here return type is void, name of the function is get data, no arguments means void, and here you can see here the code for accepting the three values of item number, item name and cost. So using cin and extraction operators, so all these three variable values are accepted. Cin extraction item no, cin extraction name and cin extraction cost, and end of the function. As this function is not returning any value, it is a void function, so no need to write here a return statement. Now here the same get data function is defined in another way, member function definition with arguments within the class. So get data function having three arguments, no, nm and price, right? So no is integer type of variable, nm is one dimensional character type array, and price is floating type of variable. Now these three arguments I am going to use to assign to the three data members of the class. Which are three data members of the class? Item NO, name and cost. So let us write the assignment statements. First is item underscore NO is equal to NO. Second is string copy name comma NM, because we cannot use assignment operator for assigning string type of data. If it is a numeric type of data or a single character type of data, you can use assignment operator for the assigning one value to another variable. But if it is a string, then you have to use string copy function. So string copy function strcpy, it is working similar to assignment operator for numerical data, and here strcpy, that is string copy function, is working for string type of data. So here nm, value of nm will be assigned to name, and third assignment is cost is equal to price. So like this, here you have to end of the function, because void function, no return statement. So this is the get data function definition with arguments, and above one is the get data function without argument. So like this, here for your better understanding, I have explained both types of functions, without argument and function with argument, and both are defined inside the class. Okay, let us go further. Now let us write again the class. Here the beginning of the class, the private section, three data members, item NO, name and cost, public section, member function, and with arguments. Now directly I am writing here the get data int NO nm, same get data function I am writing, so no need to explain it again. And now I am going to write the second member function put data within the class, so that my class definition will be completed. Now this put data function is not accepting any argument, it will just display the values of all three data members. First line will be cout insertion operator item number, and second is cout insertion operator item name, cout insertion operator item cost, and then end of the function with empty return. So here if the function is not returning any value, so there are two ways in C++. Either you may not write the return statement if it is a void function, or if you want to write the return statement, then it should be empty return. Empty return means what? Return semicolon, no need to write any value or the variable name. So like this, here the complete class is defined. Now you have to end up the class. So this class definition is having three data members in the private section and two member functions defined within the class. First function get data with arguments, and second member function without arguments. So here complete class definition is in front of you. Now let us use this class and member functions in the main program. So this is your member function with arguments, and now we are going to write the same member function with arguments outside the class. So in previously we have seen how to define member function inside the class. Now I am going to explain you how to define member function outside the class, same member function get data. Okay, so class declaration is there, name of the class is item, three data members again, item number, name and cost. I already explained about it. Now void get data item NO char nm empty square bracket float price semicolon. So this is a declaration, single line function declaration. Void put data, this is another single line function declaration, and then member function with arguments I am going to write. So here outside the class, now the class is over. Now outside the class I am going to write the function definition with arguments, and I already explained the syntax with example. First of all, you have to write the return type, that is void. Then you have to write the class name, our class name is item, then specify scope resolution operator, name of the function is get data, then three arguments NO, NM and price. Then the function body will start, in which we will write three initialization statements and end of the function. So like this, here the member function get data with arguments is defined, and three arguments are used to initialize three data members of class item. Now second member function definition is of put data, which is defined Again outside the class, void return type, item is a class, scope resolution operator, name of the function is put data. Void means no argument, so this function is not accepting any argument, and it is used to perform output operation, and using cout and insertion operator, the item number, item name and cost, all three values are displayed, and at the end empty return, end of the function. So this is another class definition as compared to previous class definition. Here the difference is only in the previous class definition, the get data and put data, both member functions were defined inside the class, and here get data and put data, both functions are defined outside the class, out of which in both cases get data function is defined with three arguments, no, nm and price. Now after completing your class definition, either member function inside the class or member function outside the class as per your choice, then you have to proceed further for the main program. Okay, so like this, here the get data function is defined with arguments outside the class. So let us write main program, that is the main function, int main. Now if you are using the function, member function with arguments, then you have to declare those arguments in main program also. So first of all you have to create the object. So I will create the object it of the class item, then I will declare first argument no, second argument nm and third argument price. So no integer type, nm character type array having 25 size, and price is float type. Now this is the declaration of three arguments which I am going to actually pass to the member function, and like this they will work as actual argument in the main function. Let us see how to pass. First of all, accept the values, perform input operation, that is accept item number, accept item name and accept item cost using scene object and extraction operator, scene extraction no, scene extraction nm and scene extraction price. While accepting the name of the item, you may use getS function also, getS into bracket nm. Now call the function. The get data member function is called here using it object and dot operator, it dot get data, and three actual arguments are passed, that is first is no, comma, second nm, comma, third price. So these three arguments are representing actual values, and that's why they are also known as actual arguments. In the function definition we have written their declarations, so they are formal arguments, they are not representing actual values. Here these are the actual arguments because they are actually representing the values which we just accepted from the user in the input operation. Now after calling the get data function, now your it object is initialized with the values no, nm and price. Let us display it using put data function. So here it dot put data function is called, and the values will be displayed end of the main function using return 0. The three arguments you have to declare here again, int no, char nm and float price, because these three values I'm going to accept the values of these three variables or the arguments in this main function, and after performing input operation you have to pass them as actual arguments to the member function called by object and dot operator. Now here these are acting as local variables in the main program, and the same local variables we are using as actual arguments to call the get data function with arguments. So like this, after declaring local variables you have to accept the values of these three variables and then pass these three variables as actual arguments to the get data function. So these are the steps you have to follow whenever you are calling the member function with arguments. Now if you run this program, the program will run like this. First of all, it will ask to enter the item number. Suppose item number is entered as 1045, enter item name, entered as printer, then item cost is entered as 12,500, and the same thing will be displayed, item number, item name and cost. So in this way we can define a member function using arguments or by passing arguments, and these member functions you can define inside the class as well as outside the class. So let us summarize this topic. First we have studied declaration of member function with arguments. How to declare member function with arguments? So this is a syntax: return type function and within the bracket arguments semicolon. Then defining member function with arguments within the class. So within the class, the definition of the member function will be like this: return type function name into bracket the arguments, and then you have to write the function body. Then we learn how to define member function with arguments outside the class. So whenever you are defining member function outside the class, then you have to follow this syntax: return type, class name, scope resolution operator, function name, and then into bracket list of arguments, and then body of the function body. So these are the main three takeaways in this particular video, and after that the complete program is also demonstrated to you. Let us hope you understood this particular topic, that is how to use member function using arguments. Then accessing member function with arguments within main function, passing arguments to member function using object like this: object dot function arguments you have to pass. These are the actual arguments. Now let us see the flow, how the data is flowing from input to the object. First of all, user will input the values. These values will be stored in the variables in the main function like NO, NM and cost or the price. Then these variables are passed as an actual argument to the function call. Then the function call will be there using in terms of member function, and through member functions the data members will be initialized. So like this, the user input will go into the data members in these 5 steps. Based on this, the exercise is for you: define a class account having data members account number, name, balance. Write a C++ program to accept and display this data for one bank account. Define member function with arguments. So on the similar line, you can write your own program now using the class account, and the second program you can write using class book having data members accession number, title, author and price, and you have to write a C++ program to accept and display this data for one book. Define member function with argument and without argument. So one with argument and one without argument. So like this, if you able to write these 2 programs, then your learning is achieved. Thank you for watching my video. This video is available on my YouTube channel Learn with HMG. If you like this video, subscribe and don't forget to like it. Thank you.